Hey, what's going on? I hope you're having an awesome day so far. Mark Avens here, creator of the Lean Body Breakthrough for busy moms and dads over 40 who are looking to lose weight, get that weight off, and do so without impossible diets or long workouts. Now, I want to share with you about what do you do when it comes to getting older? How do you take care of yourself when you're getting older? What happens when things break? And I will say on a side note, it is National Old Stuff Day. So with that said, if you're one of those people, you're old stuff, I would say based on the color of my whiskers, I'm a little bit old stuff. So in light of National Old Stuff Day, let's talk about what to do when things are broken, when you get older and things break. And in lieu of Old Stuff Day, I'm sitting in something that's actually quite old. And it's actually a 1990 Nissan Xterra, not 1990, a 2002 Nissan Xterra. And it's in pretty good shape, to be honest with you. I'll share with you. It's actually got 113,000 miles on it. So it's not in bad shape, but check this out. It's been in our family since we bought it brand new. In fact, when we moved here to Florida, we moved from New York City and neither one of us had cars. But when we got married, we moved, we started new jobs. We did it all at like one time. We both had to have cars. This was the very first car that I got when I moved here to Jacksonville, Florida. And it's a 2002 Nissan Xterra. So you can do the math. 18 years old this truck is, and it only has 113,000 miles on it. But I wanted to share with you about what to do when things get broken. Well, the way to best combat having things break, and if you're feeling broken, you need to listen up because this is very, very important. I think this may resonate with you, especially if you're old, got old stuff whiskers like me, you're in your 40s, maybe older. Is that this car is only lasting right now. It's only being able to be driven because we took really, really good care of it. And I would say even despite taking good care of it, it needed not just regular maintenance. We had to get the oil changed, tires changed, rotated, brakes, that sort of stuff. And it cost a little bit of money over the years. In fact, I would hate to probably look back at the investment we made in this truck outside of paying for it in the beginning. But I will say it's still on the road. It's 18 years older. In fact, it is my son's car. He bought it from us when he just turned 16. It's pretty awesome, right? So if you got kids and teenagers, maybe you hung out onto an old car and you passed it on to your son. Well, my son actually earned the money and paid for it. We charged him a certain amount of money. He paid for it. It's on the road and it needed a little bit of work, but we got the things that were broken fixed. It needed some things adjusted in the motors. It needed some new hoses and belts and all those things. And I'm not a maintenance guy. I work on the body, not on cars. So with that, I might be butchering. But essentially, the AC went out at one point. Things were breaking. So I wanted to really get this through to your mind. Here's the difference, though. Of course, we have to take care of the car or we wouldn't be able to use it. We wouldn't be able to get it on the road. We wouldn't be able to allow it to take us where we needed to go safely and effectively, right? Through traffic and get here and there and to work and so forth. But over 18 years, it's held up. And you know why it held up? Because we took really, really good care of this vehicle. We took care of the vehicle because I didn't want to spend a lot of money on extra cars, but also because it was our health that were at stake. If we didn't take care of it, if we just let things go, it may have broke while we were driving it. So we took good care of it. So I hope this is starting to resonate. But again, here's the difference. Here's something I want to get really my point across to you is this. The difference between you and this, a car, any car for that matter, the difference is if the car breaks and completely you can't use it anymore. You can't drive it anymore. It's, what do they call it? A total wreck. You can get another car. Now, it might be hard. You might have to put some investment in, but you can buy another car. Okay, that's the case with a car. With you, it's different. Now, of course, you might be able to replace a few body parts, maybe get a little lift here and a tuck there and a little implant there and a little removal suction here and so forth, so on. But again, you can't replace you. So that's the difference. So when it comes time to thinking about, your life and your health, and whether or not you should be healthy, be active, get that weight off, hire a coach, invest in a coach, those types of things, is you got to realize a couple things. Sooner or later, you're going to break. Like this car, sooner or later, the brakes were going to get shot. Sooner or later, we'd have to replace the tires. Sooner or later, we'd have to get the engine checked with the engine light comes on. How many times has that happened, right? But when it comes to you and your health, what happens when things break? What happens when you know that you're getting older and things are starting to wear out and your body's starting to feel these aches and pains, the wear and tear of life, right? So the point is with that is not just value yourself, but make sure if you are feeling things come up that you get them checked out. Make sure you generally maintain your body. It may be required more than just to have a gym membership and not go to it. It may be more than just having a diet that you do to lose a few pounds here and there. It may be more than, thinking that getting enough sleep and, not smoking cigarettes is going to be enough for you to be healthy. The reality is it isn't. You have to be intentional. We were very intentional. This car really, now it's not even on its last legs. I'm going to see if we can keep it. It's only 113,000 miles on it, right? Only. It's got some wear and tear. Look, it's got a little bit of fray up there. Pretty good stuff, right? But it still runs. And the only reason why it runs and it's still on the road now is that we maintained it. So when I ask you, what are you doing to keep yourself on the road? What are you doing to maintain yourself? If you're not doing anything, I'm highly going to suggest that you find a solution, that you do something. And if you can't, if you've tried, Mark, I've already tried. I did the gym membership. I have back problems now. My knees are shot. I have all these aches and pains. I pop the Motrins every day. I kick back a couple glasses of wine, those types of things. And the reality is it's not a solution. It's just basically throwing a Band-Aid, slapping a Band-Aid over top of it, wait till the Band-Aid falls off, and then slap another Band-Aid over it. And that's what a lot of those diets are. It's a lot of those quick fixes. It's a lot of joining a gym membership and not using it, or going to the gym and not knowing what you're doing. That's even worse off, in my opinion. But that's a whole nother story. So I'm going to recommend that if you are not broken, that's good. But don't think that you're not going to break. Don't think that you're not going to require some maintenance sooner or later. Don't think that you're not going to require an investment. So I always tell people, because people come on and they talk to me, and I get several people I talk to each month, and they're like, I just can't afford to have a coach. I can't afford you. I can't afford to work with you. So my question back is, can you afford not to? Think of the cost of if you don't maintain yourself. If you don't take care of your body, that may be breaking down. It may have been slowly wearing and tearing, and now it's on the verge of a major break, like a major breakthrough, where not in a positive way. Now, I call my program the Lean Body Breakthrough, but not in a bad way. It's a breakthrough because what I do is I help people on that road to maintaining their bodies, getting their bodies back on track. And I do so for busy moms and dads over 40 who are looking to do it without crazy diets because they're tired of them, without long workouts because they don't have time for it. And they value themselves, and the value realized they can't just replace it like a new car and go get a new car, that they have one body. You and I have one body to go through this life with. So how are you going to value it? Are you going to just wing it? Are you going to rely on some young, dumb trainer that doesn't know what they're doing and spend a lot of money on one? Are you going to rely on maybe a quick fix or one of those weight loss schemes or shakes or potions or something that somebody, had success one time and now they're a nutrition expert, or, somebody that lost a bunch of weight one time, never helped anybody in their life, but lost weight and now they're a self-proclaimed expert? I don't think so. Okay. So it's not a rant, just really to help encourage you. If you have one body, and now unless you have another body you can just replace yourself with, do yourself a favor, do the maintenance that you need, get the weight off that you need, get the help that you need, invest now, invest the time, the effort, and the money now. So that way, when you do turn 50, and maybe you're 50 and you feel like 60, but maybe when you're turning 60, you don't have to feel like 70 or 80 because you're doing the regular checkups, you're doing the maintenance, you've invested, like we invested in this 18-year-old car so that it still runs, it can still get some good mileage. Now, I know you probably have some mileage left in you. Now, if you're on your last legs, if you're kind of already gone, if it's too far gone, I'm going to tell you you're not. In fact, one of my oldest patients when I was in physical therapy, he was 104 years old. So I can tell you that that person had a broken hip, little old lady had a broken hip, and we got her back walking again. So if somebody that's 104 can break a hip and get back to walking again and get stronger and healthier, I believe you can too. So take care, God bless. And if you want any help, if you need direction, if you need accountability, if you need structure, if you want a solution, go ahead and send me a little message down there. Click the link, hop on a quick call, and we'll talk about how we can start maintaining you so you can get in the kind of shape that you need to be in for the next 10, 15, 20, 30, 40, maybe even more years. Take care and God bless. We'll see you.